Hello everyone, welcome back to VoxRes. In today's video we're going to be removing the drive shafts and removing the exhaust system in readiness for extracting the engine from the Astra. Right, not sure how much you got of that last little bit because I think the battery might have gone on the camera. But we sorted that out. So basically use the new Ryobi impact driver to get these nuts out. That was awesome. So what we need to do now is we need to get the drive shaft out of the gearbox there, and obviously the other side, so it's right up underneath here. Now what I'm hoping is I don't have to disturb this nut, this hub nut. I'm hoping that I can get the track rod ends off and maybe the tie rods there, and this bottom ball joint, just a pinch bolt in there, and just pull this forward enough for them to pop out without having to dismantle all this in. I don't see why not, to be honest. Might need to take the tie rod off. I think we'll go for that. I think we'll go for the bottom joint. We'll go for the track rod end. That should be quite easy to get off because I only put them on a couple of months ago. I think you've seen the video of me doing that. And then hopefully we can just pop those drive shafts out of the gearbox without stripping too much down. So let's crack on. Bigger than 18. 19 it is. That was impressive, came off nicely. Give that about there with a hammer probably to get it undone. Let's crank the steering over and let you guys see what's going on. So quite often if you're lucky, you just give these a bit of a tap, nothing like that. Right, let's go for another idea. We'll just put the nut back on so we don't damage the thread. Just give it a little go. So that's that track rod off. Tie rod. We took these off before when we replaced these steering links, still nice and stiff and precise. Wouldn't expect them to be anything else. So now we've got to get that off of there. Is that a 19? Yes, it is, because we want an extension on there. So a little bit slack. 18 is going to be a little bit tight. No, it's 18. And there, and then I suppose we could do the span up on the other side, or maybe another socket. I'll get a spanner on there. Let's see what happens as it comes loose. I like this tool. fantastic bit of kit. You can see I'm going to praise this up a lot, aren't you? What I'm going to do is just that's going to need to be out there anyway. Just put the nuts back on the end of the bolts. I know what these are all for in here. I know they're all suspension, nothing that's on that nuts back on there. No point being too anal with it, because don't know what I said that, but what I'm trying to say is there's no point worrying too much about these old little bolts that we're taking out of here. When we get in the engine and start taking lots of little similar sized bolts and things out, we need to bag them up properly, so that we know where everything goes back, label the bags. I've got some bags and some labels there. So it shouldn't be too bad. Next thing we've got to do is we've got to get in here and we've got to knock this pinch bolt apart, and try and drop this lower wishbone so this is free to swing on the top mount. Don't know whether we need to take this off or not. I think is there a flat on there? I think we're probably alright, so let's have a go, see what we can do so we can get that off there. So I'll just give you guys a bit more detail of what we're trying to do here. Taking this steering arm tie rod out of there, so that's now free to turn as it wants. We've taken out, I can't go down, let's show you, where is it, can you see it? Yeah, there, so we've taken that bolt out of there, and just around the back of that, if we can get in there, is a slot. See this little slot there? We've got to get a chisel in there, knock that open, and then try and drop this bottom arm, this bit here, off. It's held on by a ball joint there, which is through that pinch hole. Let's crack on. Right, that actually seems to be quite free now. It's just getting the... It's very free. Well, I'll say that, it gets to a certain point and it doesn't want to go anymore. I'm getting it in there to back down it. Just tap it. Going. I think the only thing that's stopping that moving forward is the drive shaft and the fact that it's getting back in the hole. So that is actually coming out quite easy. I'm quite pleased with that. So what I'm hoping is I can leave this in. Right, so what you mustn't do is put the weight of the car on this wheel without this drive shaft and this hub nut done up, because it can cause damage to the hub or the hub bearing. So that's the reason I want to leave this in. I've now got a lot of movement in that, so I think I can knock that drive shaft out, leaving this fixed like that, and then I'll put that ball joint back in, just tighten it up loosely, and then if we need to, we can drop the car back down onto its wheels. Might leave it up like this, but it's just if I've got enough lift height on the crane when we come to pull the engine out. But that's good. That's a really good job out of the way, that one. So I think what I might try and do now is get the gearbox shaft, get the drive shaft out. I'm just going to move some tools around. I'm just going to put this tray underneath because we might lose some gearbox oil. Don't really want to be lying in it for the rest of the weekend. Let's put that under there. I should be able to get Well, that was obviously the easiest way to do it, wasn't it? Because that's now out of the gearbox. Not lost any oil, which is slightly worrying. I'm not stretching the hoses too much. We might not be able to put it back on. Well, we can put it back on the ground when the engine's out, but I wonder actually if we take this tie rod end off. I wonder if that's got a flat on there for a spanner. Have a look. Right, so that's out and clear of the gearbox. That's one side done. So I'm going to move on and do the other side. Exactly the same process. We'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so as you can see, drive shafts are now out. This is the driver's side one here, and the passenger side one is well out of the way. Goes in here. Can't remember what I did with it now. I think it's laying over there somewhere. So they're out. Next thing to tackle is to get this exhaust system off. So this is the catalyst here, which is bolted to the manifold. I'm going to split it here so that the weight isn't sitting on this flexi joint here, although I think the flexi joint might have had it anyway, so I might have to get a new one, but apparently they're easily damaged, so I don't want the weight of this thing sitting on there, so I'm going to undo it here. This is, I've got a gasket for here. Might need to get a gasket for up there. Don't think I've got one unless that's the same. So anyway, there's 3 bolts here, 1, 2, and another one round there, 3, where are we, there, and one there, and another one over there, which is just a bracket onto the engine, just to stabilise it. So yeah, let's see if we can get those undone, and get the exhaust off. So remarkably, all those nuts and bolts came off. Came off the exhaust manifold quite well. I've actually bagged them up now. These 3 you see here are off the intake. Oops, turning on my speaker set now. So we're looking here. They're off the outlet manifold heat shield. this is now loose, as you can see, but it's stuck on by the dipstick tube, which is just there. I can't get it past there. Now, it feels quite loose, so let's just pull out. You might just pull out, you might just crawl under there and have a look, see if there's something holding it in. I think the dipstick tube might just come out and this should just lift out. Might just unbolt that bracket off of there. In fact, I think we'll do that now. So get that unbolted. So for that I'm going to use another one of my trusty tools, trusty power tools. Just lost an extension. This Sealy electric ratchet. Crawl that on the floor and find the extension bar. So I think we'll take that one out. I hope that's the same size as that, which it is. So the good thing is you can use it with conventional ratchet and just use it by hand. And then once you get your thing started, your bolt started, that's now out of the way. Again, I'm putting a lot of the bolts back in the engine so I know where they came from, back into the threaded holes they came out of. And others that can't really go back in, I'm bagging up and labelling so we know where everything is. So that's now free to move there. Definitely that dipstick tube. Let's have a crawl underneath, see what's going on. Can't see a clamp or anything on it, and it seems quite loose, so I'm figuring it might just pull out. There again, it might not. Can we just move it enough out of the way to get that off? A good idea of putting the nuts and bolts back on hasn't worked, because that one there is stopping that from coming off. Okay, so I might be being a bit premature with this actually, because there's other things in the way. For example, the power steering, the air conditioning pipe work appears to be in the way. Yeah, some other stuff to come off. I think we'll clear a little bit more space. We'll start getting the air intake off and things, and clearing a little bit more space. It'll get there in the end. I think probably one of the most important things I should do now at this stage is to remove the battery. So let's get that done, then we know we're safe now. We don't need to be starting the vehicle up anymore. Don't need any electric. Just one thing I do need to do actually, I just need to crack the drive side window down a bit, because with the twin top, when you undo the door, the window drops a little bit just to clear the roof seal. So without the power it obviously won't do that, and you can't get doors undone. So if you've got a twin top, remember, before you disconnect the power, if you want to get in and out of the car with the battery disconnected, you'll need to just crack the window down a little bit. So, disconnect the old battery. So that's the battery disconnected. I think a 10mm socket down there, and that'll was it ½ inch? Might be ½ inch actually. That's the battery out of the way. Again, put the bolt and the clamp back in its place there. So let me get the battery box out. I looking at it, it's just 2 bolts, one there and one there. A 1/2 inch or 13mm again, so. See another bolt. There's a couple of cable ties holding things on there. Let's get a pair of snips and snip those off. Okay, I think it's enough for today. Today's actually Sunday, the 22nd of March 2020. It's Mother's Day here in the UK. And as I'm sure you're all aware, we're currently in the middle of one of the biggest crises, I was going to say in living memory, but certainly since the Second World War, and that is coronavirus or COVID-19. I'd just like to finish up today by saying to you all, look after your friends, look after your family, look after your neighbours, and most of all, look after yourself, because if you're ill, then you're no good to anyone else. So everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next one.